Chapter 7, Architect's Touch. Looking around him, Steve found a cup lying on the table beside him. It was the only thing he could say he understood for sure within the room. Let's see, a sword, he thought as he considered using the architect's touch ability. With that touch, he willed the cup to turn into a sword. As soon as he did so, he felt some form of energy leave his body. Mana, 25, minus 175. Immediately after, he fell limp on the bed, but the object in his hand was now heavier. The rules of the ability turned out to be simple. Despite the excited smile on his face, his body felt as though it had been undergoing intense training for so long that it gave out. He wasn't worried, though, as any gamer would at least know the cause of this. The status page already showed him that he had mana, so overusing it should also lead to some form of energy drain mode or something. Due to his current lack of strength to hold up anything, the object in his hand finally fell off as it clattered to the ground. As it fell, it slid into open view, and his smile grew even bigger. It was a small dagger. He had successfully changed the cup into a dagger. The rules weren't as complicated as they were made to look, he just needed to know what he wanted to make and have at least an idea of how to make it. At least my golden finger isn't some sham, he said before finally drifting off to sleep. Meanwhile, in the hallways of the hospital, two men could be seen walking through it with two files now in their hands. Mr. Jinchul, what do you think about their stories? They both confirm the existence of the double dungeon, but even this Jin Woo doesn't know who the other guy is, one man said. Tishik, we are investigating a double dungeon event that led to the loss of multiple lives. What I think doesn't matter. Their stories at least check out, and so far, Mr. Grant seems to be a victim of the event. According to them, there were 30 of them within the dungeon. There is a possibility that they may not have seen him, and the man himself must be suffering from amnesia, Jin Chul replied as he rubbed his forehead. This event was much more of a headache than he expected, and worse, none of the two last survivors were reawakened. The problem here wasn't that they survived, the problem was that they survived such a supposedly dangerous dungeon, but neither of the two was reawakened. I'm sorry, sir, Tishik replied. Don't worry. It's just, how can both of them be E ranks even after such an event? Jin Chul asked. Should I call a surveillance team on both of them? Not necessary. If they are special, we will eventually hear about it. Just keep an ear out for them, the man replied as he left. There was nothing here anymore apart from frustration, so it was best they left and attended to their other pressing matters. Follow for Chapter 8.